when you subscribe to the criminal world, you know the rules. I mean, if you're going to be a rat and roll over and put people away, you're going to be shot dead. I'm Bobby Cummines, OBE. I was known as a notorious villain. My business was crime. I've never been a gangster, never ever wanted to be a gangster. I was just a businessman whose business happened to be crime. I like coming on LADbible because it don't glamorise it, and I don't glamorise crime. I tell them how it really is. That is why I choose to come here. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't come, because I'm still quite arrogant. Serious question, I like serious questions. Why are you giving this man a platform? The amount of hurt and distress they have caused to others is so vast. What about the victims? Absolutely right. Why give us a platform? Because we won't give you bullshit. We will tell you exactly, for those who give that life up, we'll tell you exactly where it leads. And so what we're doing by de-glamorising crime is making sure young people don't come into that world and create more victims of crime. That's why I get platforms like LADbible to be able to tell all those kids who think it's glamorous, no it ain't. And hopefully the next victim of crime don't happen again. So I hope that answers your question, Peanut. And that's your name, I'm not taking the mick out of you.
Do you ever get recognised in the street or anything like that?
Every 5 minutes. Yeah, I went down to Brighton, I had so many people popping selfies off. Are you him? Yes, I'm him, I'm Bobby Cummines, yes. Yeah, can we have a selfie with you? I blame bloody LADbible for that, mate, and all the internet. Yeah. Bobby is like Thomas Shelby from Bleaky Binders, but of course a bit more of a gentleman. Well, thank you ever so much. I'm glad you think I'm a gentleman. Tommy Shelby, I'll see the excerpts of Peaky Blinders, I think it's quite good, but it's a bit over-exaggerated, you know. Why are you going to blow up offices for people in it? What, because they dissed me? That's the new word, isn't it? Diss me means disrespect me. No, I'm going to go in and I'm going to take money off them if I'm a villain. I ain't going to blow up something that I can take money out of, so it's a bit far-fetched. I looked at a film once called Lock, Stock, and I kept laughing. And my wife said, what are you laughing at? I said, if only it was like that. I said, it's a comedy. I said, you know, I think it's a send-up. Someone's like smoked a bit of pot. I said, and having a laugh. And she went, well, what's it really like? And that's what I said to her. I said, it's nothing like that. I said, it's a nightmare world. And you've got to be top dog, or you work for someone who's top dog. Little people are the most dangerous. I mean, the Crows weren't big people. Mayor Frankie Fraser weren't a big guy. Charlie Richardson weren't a big guy, all the top guys. And I think it's because you're smaller and you've got these big guys, you're not going to roll around on the floor with them because they're going to hurt you, so you shoot them. It's a lot easier and it goes away, you know, and people know, well, I can have a fight, but I don't want a bullet in me, so they stay well out your way. So, no, I'm grateful for you saying that to me, that I'm a gentleman. Thank you, because I hope and I try to be. Bobby seems to like you as genuinely a scary man. Well, that was my business. My business weren't going around and going, hello, can I rob your bank? You know, it was terrorising people, basically. And also it kept people in check, you know. Don't forget, I was dealing with very dangerous people at the time who wanted to take my business. So yeah, I had to scare them. The only way I scored them was by being more violent than they was, and they knew I'd pull the trigger on them. So yeah, I do genuinely like, in that world, being a very scary man. In fact, I want to be the scariest man they've ever met. I want to be their bogeyman that they'd go to bed at night worrying about, because that was what kept me in power and that's what earned me money. So yeah, I did like it then. Do I like it now? I hope I don't scare people now.
And on days, did you also wear a suit?
All the time.
Do you think that's part of the scary thing?
Well, no. I mean, businessmen, yeah, mind you, I would be scared if I met the tax man, but why I got to suits, because I used to like suits, and that's when I stopped cutting people up and all that, because I used to get blood on my suits and I had to go and buy a new one. So I thought it's easier to shoot them, that way I ain't going to get nothing on me. I did violence for a living. I never ever did bad manners. I was brought up properly. I never did bad manners. And I don't like people with bad manners. I don't want them in my company. They start getting rude, they got to go. I don't mean shoot them, I mean they just got to get out of my company, I don't want it. But no, that's what the business was, scary. If you don't step on my toes, we're all right. You step on my toes, then we got a problem. I like how he says multiple times that being called a gangster offends him, and then LADbible call him a gangster in the title of the description. Well, lucky enough, I like the people at LADbible. They've become almost like friends. I don't take offence because you know, I say I'm a businessman whose business is crime. I never wanted to be a gangster, but I suppose members of the public would call me a gangster.
Who would you call gangsters out of the other people?
Gangsters are people who've got no manners. They're loud. They want everyone, like, I'm here, I'm here. If you're in the crime business and you're out to earn money, you don't want to, you know, you don't want to advertise it because you're going to get arrested. So all these people, we call them wannabes, they all hang together, all want to be gangsters. And they're just rude people that ruin everyone's party, get drunk, abusive, putting coke up their nose to make them feel better. Well, I suppose it's good entertainment. If you don't want to go to the circus, go and stand in the booze with all that mob and you sit there and you'll have a good giggle. You know, you're sitting there and thinking to yourself, I'm earning all the money and you've got, please arrest me, officer, because I need to get some credibility. No, can't be in my company. That's a gangster. Interesting how he can justify the difference between killing a competitor to killing an innocent person. I imagine just killing your co-worker in the office and saying, that's just business. Well, I bet most of you have considered killing your co-worker in the office because they get on your nerves. There's people get on my nerves and I think, oh, if I was back in the day, I could put a bullet through your head. But what you've got to realise is that in the criminal world, we live in a different world to everyone else. All the rest of you people are part of the crowd in Oxford Street. We don't know what you do. We're not interested in what you do. When you subscribe to the criminal world, you know the rules. I mean, if you're going to be a rat and roll over and put people away, you're going to be shot dead. If you're going to steal off another criminal, you're going to get cut to pieces or shot in the leg. So you all know the things you can do and the things you can't do, and you never mess about. A guy who's in prison, you never mess about his wife. You're going to get shot. You know, they're going to do you or they're going to cut you to pieces because we won't want it done to us. What you've got to think about, a competitor in an office is just competing for promotion. I mean, our world, if you think they're going to snitch, and not, I want to kill them, you've got to kill them, because otherwise they're going to put you away for 30 years. That's the difference. They should get Bobby to talk to kids in schools and stop them going into crime. Be amazing to see what advice he would give them. Well, I'd do that. I did that.
What do you tell
I go into schools, so I can say to kids, no, I've done it. I'm not telling you not to do it, but expect this at the end of it when you do it. So it's your choice. Say they nick £30,000, and if there's 3 of them, that's 10 grand each. Oh, we've had a right touch. Then they get nicked, and they get 10 years apiece, right? So that's 30 years. That works out £1,000 a year. They're better off on the dole. Well, I'm opening up a project now. It's called LADbible, and I'm opening up a project for kids so they can learn about fish, they can learn about how to build ponds, so they're learning bricklaying, all sorts of things. It's no good training them. At the end of it, you've got to have a job at the end of it, because otherwise there's a drug dealer on the corner or someone who's at it on, you know, in the street who go, how much you getting on the dole? Come on with me, you get 400 quid a week. Kids all want nice clothes. They all want the best things because we're in a designer throwaway world. So they want to look as good as the next guy. So they're going to go with that guy, whether it be drugs, whether it be firearms, whether it be burglary, because they want to be the same as that kid who's got it. And they haven't got the means to do it because we ain't got the jobs to give them. And people write them off. I don't write no one off. Every child to me is worth saving. Why does this get awarded with an OBE? Hardly a good role model. Right, I'll put it this way to you. You've got psychologists, you've got social workers, you've got all these people that read a book about our lives and then they become specialists at it. Why do I get an OBE? Because when I talk to any of the kids I talk to, any of the people I talk to, they know I've lived it. And the reason I've got the OBE is because I care about our kids, I care about the mothers and living in poor estates, I care about my people working class people, because your government does nothing for them and they've got titles like lords. I gave it a nickname once. I said the House of Commons was the House of Conmen and the House of Lords should be named the House of Frauds, because that's what you got in there. I'm for real, they know what I've done. I've never said I didn't do it. I've always said, yeah, that's me, I'll go hands up to it. Every one of them fiddling their expenses, having parties, even your Prime Minister having parties on your house, you're paying for the booze, right? So I think I'm a pretty good role model, and why I've got the OBE is because it was recognised, and I think also there was a bit to it, because I told the truth, and I talked the truth about politicians and everyone else. They thought, give him an OBE and we get him into our camp. Best thing they ever done, because now it gives me credibility to tell even more the truth and expose them to what they are. We all know about my dirty laundry. You don't know what they've done in here and after them. So I think I'm a better role model than that.
Does it upset you to read something like that?
No, because the guy's asking a question. It's a legitimate question. I don't mind people asking me questions. I don't even mind people slagging me off, you know, because everyone's entitled to their own opinion. As I said, my life is very simple. I don't judge people by their colour. I don't judge them by their sexuality. I don't judge them by their religion. My life is so simple. Are you a good person or are you a bad person? If you're a bad person, I'm the last guy you want to meet. Because you get rude with me, I'm not going to be nice to you. Right? If you're a good person, you're welcome in our company anytime. So no, Paul Dutton, right, has asked the right question, had the right to ask that question, and now I hope I've answered it for him. I wonder if he realised how popular he is on here. Does he even know what LADbible is? Well, yes, I do know what LADbible is, and I didn't realise until I was told how many followers I have, and it's 5.5 million.
Do you read the comments under the videos?
Oh, I always read the comments. On Facebook, I always read what people say, because I need to know whether I'm getting it across, whether I'm getting my message across that crime don't pay. I think the reason I'm popular is because people can ask me questions and I just tell it how it is. I had to go through hell to appreciate heaven. Made me tear up because the relatable to getting better. I love the cut of this man's jib. What's a jib?
I don't actually know what that is.
It's like the sort of the way in which you speak and sort of...
No, I know what a jib is. It's a dress.
Oh, of course it is,
Yeah, jib.
Yeah.
Okay. Prison never broke me. Right, I was locked in blocks, maximum security, never broke me. What broke me was when my daughter died. Because at first, you know, all them years I thought I was invincible, I couldn't be hurt, I couldn't be touched. But when my daughter died, I'd gone straight. You know, I was out working, I was working £100 a week, packing shelves in Tesco's in the night shift. But I thought, why me now? Why didn't you do this years ago? When I was doing bad stuff, I'm doing good stuff now, you know? And I sat there just looking at it and I couldn't come to terms with it, and it was really heavy duty for me. The hospital was closed and I had to walk through the baby intensive care unit, and I see all them little babies and their parents all at the windows, you know, looking at their kids. And I don't know what happened, it was really weird. I thought, why not me? You know, there are people who've never hurt no one, I've hurt a lot of people. Why not me? You know, I wouldn't wish this, the pain I was feeling, I wouldn't wish it. It was like someone punching you in your chest and ripping your heart out. And if anyone ever says to you, even if they've lost a child, I know how you feel, they don't, because it's so personal. That pain is so personal. And that's when I knew I was vulnerable. You know, I knew. And in fact, you know, by her death, really, it brought back my humanity and got rid of the brutality. I don't want to hurt no one anymore, you know, I don't. It looks glamorous, but the old saying is, you eat the meal, you pick up the bill. You go at it, and you're going to get a 30-year sentence. Don't moan when you get it, because you know the rules. You know, that's how it works. He didn't have to go through hell. He chose his path. Look at the evil. He's it. He's probably right. You're probably dead right on that one. Yeah, but, you know, I chose it. Absolutely chose it, and I loved it when I was doing it. All right, so if that's evil, that's good. But also, I didn't put a whip across a kid's back to cut cotton for me. I didn't go and sell people into slavery, and I didn't try and sell heroin, opium, to the Chinese. But your government done that, all their ancestors done that. So if I'm evil, well, then you've just met the devil. It's called the Houses of Parliament. So yeah, I'll book you, right? It was evil, and what I did chose the path. Should they make a movie about Bobby? Well, they're doing so, son, out in America. I'm meeting them in October, November to look at the scripts and sign the contracts. If I want to sign the contracts, it's all according to how they've done the script. So, yeah.
So are you going to be a movie star now?
No, I'm not being a movie star. I've got plastic teeth and a bald head. They're going to get someone handsome, aren't they, that looks the part. I mean, there's not going to be a lot of people going, wow, ain't he lovely, I fancy him. No, they get some, please God, to get someone like Brad Pitt or someone like that. And I'm really going to be happy then, because I go, yeah, there, I'm, you know, in my previous life, I was that, you know.
So is it going to be like a doc, like it's going to be actually fiction?
No, it's going to be, it's not a documentary, it's going to be an actual film, yeah, yeah. I'd like to see you play me. I think they should, in my later years, they should get Phil Collins. We go to the same hairdressers, and a lot of people say you look like him. So, yeah, and in everything I've done, I can blame on Phil Collins. So,
who would you want to play you?
I don't know. There was a guy who done an interview with you. A nice young guy with a girl.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland, Spider-Man guy, and he see my thing while he was waiting, and I smiled because it was at the end of his cut, bless him, And he's talked with a £5 English accent, well educated.
Okay.
I like it when you have like a gangster come on. And
Yeah. Well, that's a very different vibe today.
what's it like when you interview that gangster though?
Terrifying.
Yeah, I bet it is.
And I'd love to see him be Bobby Cummines with a Cockney accent. I'd get a buzz out of that and say, you want to play hard parts? You play that part, mate. Talk with a Cockney accent and do in the film, do what I've done when I was your age, that sort of thing, because I would have been his age when I was doing it. I'd love to see him play that. That'd give me a kick.
Well, we see him next time. We'll tell him.
Yeah, tell him, say, play Bobby Cummines, yeah. Give you the connection.
We've got the police outside right now.
Well, they've nicked me for everything I've done, so I'm sweet. I'm a good boy now. I've even got my Catholic medals on me to prove it. I've taken an assistant governor hostage in a maximum security, so everywhere I go, I've got loads of prison officers around because they think I'm going to take another one, right? And
Is that a 6 or 10 man unlock?
10-man unlock.
There you go.
What does that mean?
It means only 10 officers in riot gear with a governor, an SO and a PO can open your